Good afternoon, everyone. The Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India is happy to announce that January 2024 month we are celebrating as the Retirement Solutions Month, and today is the first webinar on the topic Retire with Confidence. And we have with us as our eminent speaker today Sri Sudhakar Kulkarni sir. He is a certified financial planner. We welcome you, sir. We also have with us CMA Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir. He is the chairman of the BFSI board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, and CMA Dibyendu Roy, sir, who is the additional director and HOD of the BFSI board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. So we welcome all of you. So just before we start, we are playing the institute anthem, and then we will continue with the program.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति.
So now I would request CMA Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, Chairman, BFSI Board, ICMAI, for his address. Sir, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. You are audible.
Thank you. Very good afternoon to you all. Now today's very esteemed speaker, Mr. Kulkarni, Mr. Sudhakar Kulkarni is one of the very esteemed speaker today. Not only he's a speaker for us, he's an inspiration for us of all, because in the BFSI board he has always been a regular contributor in our BFSI Chronicle, which is the first of its kind. I think Mr. Kulkarni will agree, and everybody will agree that is a one sort of chronicle on the BFSI, entire gamut of BFSI is concerned. So good evening to you also, sir, and all my attendees, those who are attending this program in this very, the day, which is one of the, the day for India to become the new Bharat, who has dreamed for an India where the youth will be getting more and more knowledge. They will be having the strength to carry on their very holistic and honest activities, and they will be skilled youth for the nation. That is Swami Vivekananda. So with my reverence to Swami Vivekananda, today's session we are having, and this BFSI board is organizing the Retirement Solution Month in the month of January 2024. And we have successfully organized the Pension Month January 2022 and January 2023, where we have conducted both the physical and online event. We have hosted Dr. Bhagavat Karad, our Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Minister of Finance in 2022 in the online event in association with PFRDA. And we hosted also Sri Supati Mandu, the former PFRDA chairman, in 2023 in a physical event at Kolkata in January 2023. Of course, we intend to continue our efforts by organizing the Retirement Solution Month. Today we are hosting the first event on an online event for the Retirement Solutions Month, and the second webinar is scheduled on 17 January 2024, where Dr. Deepak Mohanty, Chairperson PFRDA, will be the chief guest, and Sri Pankaj CEO of Optima Money Managers, will be the keynote speaker. We will also have CMS Somidda. The event will be in association with PFRDA, of course. We will be organizing, and we hope to organize also more events, various chapters for Retirement Solution Month. I request all my chapter personnel, chapter members, chapter esteemed chairman and secretary through this particular webinar that they should also organize this program so that the members at large, the senior members, they can really have, they can be benefited out of this particular retirement solution. Of course, you will appreciate the retirement is a reality, and with increasing lifespan, we have to serve our life with the salary received within our lifespan, not only salary, but also for the whatever remuneration we could earn, whatever little wealth we can earn during our lifetime. So in the retirement, we have to make a plan. It is rudimentary to invest smartly so that the liquidity and long-term financial planning are both served through effective planning. We hope today's speaker, Sri Sudhakar Kulkarni, who is a certified financial planner, will delve deep on various aspects of retirement planning. Ladies and gentlemen, you can read in the article. He has given many, he has contributed many good articles, which are really, I have seen that they are of huge value to life also. We hope all our members will ask thought-provoking questions, thought-provoking in their life, because you have to ultimately get your solution. And this session, I mean, I'm sure it would be informative, and definitely it would be another mind-boggling session. Wish you all a very happy day, another festivals including Makar Sankranti, Lohri, Magh Bihu, and other festivals. And of course, I must say that the BFSIB is relentlessly giving their effort to educate, to upskill all the young generations, young CMAs, qualified CMAs. I request everybody to join in our effort, and I am very much thankful to my president, vice president, all the council members for giving me an opportunity to serve this institute as a chairman of the BFSI board. And I hope so that this BFSI board will definitely give you a leverage in your professional life. And I am thankful to my department that they are continuously doing all these things. I am very happy for their activities, and let everybody remain happy with this retirement solution one. Thank you. I'll be leaving because I have got my program at RCC. Sorry for my in absence, but I'll be definitely listening to this through our recorded channel. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I would like to now introduce our eminent speaker today, Sudhakar B. Kulkarni, sir. He has excellent banking domain knowledge with 24 years of experience. He has worked at various positions such as branch manager, chief manager, head of merchant banking, deputy zonal manager, and as general manager for 2.5 years with Jalgaon Janata Saha Bank. He is visiting faculty at various reputed management colleges in Pune for MBA Finance since last 10 years. He is the visiting faculty for banking and finance, advanced financial services, derivatives, security analysis and portfolio management, financial risk management, etc. He is the public representative director on PSE Securities Limited, member of NSE and BSE from November 2012 to May 2015. He is also member of FinCorp. He is also the resource person for NSE Mumbai and WIRC Mumbai for the investor awareness programs since 2011. And so far, he has conducted more than 700 such programs. He is an MSc in chemistry from Pune University, AMA5 certification, IRDA certification, NSFM derivative module. He is a certified financial planner, BSCM cash module. And he also regularly writes articles on financial issues such as stock market, mutual fund, insurance, banking, tax planning, and related investment options and financial planning in leading papers, and also in the BFSI Chronicle. So we welcome you, sir. We are really privileged to have you with us today. So requesting Kulkarni sir for his deliberations now. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. At the outset, I'm sorry that my throat is not good today, so my voice quality may not be that good. I will try my level best to speak loudly, but find it difficult. But my presentation will help you. At the outset, I'm thankful to Chairman Mr. Mukherjee, then Dibyendu and Indrakshi for giving me this opportunity to be with you. So we'll start our session with a presentation. So shall I proceed?
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the PPT?
Sir, you can share it.
Is it
First one,
visible?
share.
Huh?
No, no.
No, you have to share it again, sir. Share, please.
1 minute. 1 second. Is it? Can you see it now?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can continue, sir.
Yeah. Is it okay now? Hello?
Yes, yes. It is.
Yes,
okay.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, our today's topic is retirement planning. See, but for that purpose, one has to understand retirement is a part of your life. See, like your education, your job, your business, one day or other, you have to retire. If you are in service, you will retire at the age of 58 or 60. If you are in business, you can work till you are physically and mentally fit. But at one particular time, you have to retire. So retirement is per se is not a bad thing. It is a part of your life, and you should get prepared to that. Like we are getting prepared for your young age, for our middle age. Similarly, you have to get prepared for our old age. And this is the second inning of your life. You have to enjoy it. Again, extremely sorry, my throat is not that clear. So it is a period of your life when an individual is no longer working and sees his regular income. See, he is having income, but not from the business, not from the salary, but from whatever he have accumulated during the working period or working years. That much income he can have, whatever he has accumulated by way of either interest or by way of dividend. So it is a cause of worry. So see that, so your retirement, you have to prepare well in advance and not at the time of retirement. Why I should think today? I will think at the age of 50, 60, why I should bother today? That is not the case. You have to think for retirement from the day when you start earning. I'm sure most of you are quite young here. Very few people, they might be having retirement after 15, 16, but most of you are having your retirement around 30, 40 years after 30 to 40 years. You have got enough time span to plan your retirement properly. If you think that understand the concept of retirement planning, I'm sure you will not find any problem to plan your retirement. Those are in the age group of 35, 40, they also have got enough time to plan for the retirement. Only thing, they will have to save little more than the young people, but till there is a time in their hand. But those who are above 55, 60, for them, this is not a time to plan for them. But whatever they can do, they can still do. So retirement happens because of two, three things. One, because of you have been sacked from the job, or you opt for the voluntary retirement. Similarly, in case of business, you come across the losses and you lose the business, or you retire at the natural age at the age of 58 or at the age of 60. So in both the cases, whatever may be the type of retirement, your regular income, either by your business or by your salary, stops there. But at the same time, please keep in mind, though the income stops, expenses are not going to stop. After retirement, though your expenses may get reduced to some extent because of your transportation costs will come down, education expenses or kid will come down, but at the same time, health issue will come in place, and they will increase your expenses. So from that point of view, you have to understand why what retirement. So in retirement, the question isn't at what age I want to retire. It is at what income. This is the most important aspect. See, age is not in your hand. If you are in service, you will have to retire either at 58 or 60. And in case of business, you will have to retire if you are not physically and mentally fit. But what is in your hand, you can decide at what income I can retire. So you have to decide how much corpus, retirement corpus I need at the time of retirement. Once you decide that, you can think at what stage you can retire. So based on that, this is why I say the question isn't at what age I want to retire. It is at what income, that is very income, and which is in your hand. Age is not in your hand, the income is in your hand. So you have to think very seriously why retirement planning is important. The reality that individuals are living longer. You might have seen around us people at the age of people of age 75, 80, 85 are around us. So normally, if somebody retires at the age of 60, you can see he has a retired life of 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. So this is the thing. This period is quite big, 15, 20, 25 years. So you must have enough financial corpus, by the time you retire. At the age of 60, 58, or once you stop the business, that time you must have enough money with you, which will take care next 15, 20 or 25 years. So from that point of view, you have to understand the retirement. And because of retirement planning, you are in position to accumulate the required corpus. Once you are having required corpus, ensures money available upon your retirement for your day-to-day requirement. At the same time, there are circumstances like with where you will have to incur expenses on your health or your wealth in future. Because of retirement planning, it enables an individual the ability to be able to meet the needs of family members who may be dependent on them even after retirement. Many times after retirement, your kids are not earning. For example, somebody is having late marriage, and at the time of retirement, his son is 17 or 18-year-old, or sometimes when the son is son is mentally retarded. So there are people, those who are dependent on you. So these all aspects you have to keep in mind, taking into consideration whether how many people will dependent on me. Many times your spouse is dependent on you. If she is earning, she is also having her own income, and by the time she will retire, you will have quite good comfort. But if you are a sole earning member in the family, you have to take into consideration a few things, whether how many people will dependent on me, my spouse, my kid, or my sometimes parent. Sometimes you know what happened. At the age of 50, 60, your parent is also alive. So all these things you have to take into consideration, and you have to prepare, or you have to accumulate retirement corpus. Support the fulfillment. Now, why you need retirement? Just not to have your day-to-day need, but during your working years, you have sacrificed so many things. You have number of dreams in your mind. You have some certain things to fulfill. You want to go for number of places, visit number of places, or you have got certain hobbies. You want to fulfill those hobbies. Somebody wants to play guitar. Somebody wants to play tabla, or somebody want to play some game, snooker and something like that. So everything needs money. So if you want to fulfill your wishes, your dream, or you want to go for vacation, domestic, international, everything needs money. So you have to consider all these aspects once you think of retirement planning. Now, retirement planning ensures financial independence. See, financial independence after retirement is a must. This is the most important thing in your life. See, I will give one simple thing. If you are financially dependent on your kids, see, once or twice, they will give you money for going trip. but every now and then they will not support you, or they will not, because they have got their own requirement, they have to their own dreams. So, and it also, you will also find uncomfortable to ask money to your kids for your day-to-day requirement. You want to go to movie, you want to go to drama, you want to go to trip. So it is not good. You must have financial independence by the time you retire. And one more thing, if you are having money at the time of retirement, rest assured your kids will respect you. Vice versa is not true. Vice versa is not true. That doesn't mean kids will not respect you. They will respect you, but they have got their own limitations. So with the secondly, the change in lifestyle, average life expectancy has also increased. No, you can see number of people, as I told in the beginning, no, you can have life of 80, 85 years. So if the longevity of life is on one hand, it is a curse and it is a worship. So if a longevity of life is there, you must, if you don't have the proper financial support, it becomes very difficult to manage day-to-day expenses. The most importantly, person may not have zeal to work for long, and so retirement planning needs to be done at an early age. Nowadays, you might have seen number of people, they want to get retired at the age of 45 or 50 because of working pressure and tensions while they are working. It is easy to say that I will retire, I will not work till the age of 60, I will retire at early age. It is easy to say, but difficult to bring in practice unless otherwise you have got good financial support, unless otherwise you have got you have accumulated good retirement corpus, you are not in position to take the decision of voluntary retirement at an early age. So that is why you need retirement planning. Points to be considered while doing retirement planning. What you should think when, see, it is always try as early as possible. Likely age of retirement and time left for accordingly. So normally what we think, we treat 60 as the age of retirement. Sometimes it is 58, sometimes it is 65. In business, it can go up to 70. But normally, ideally, we think 60 age of retirement, because we call this person of age of 60 a senior citizen. So senior citizen age is the age of retirement. So that one thing you have to keep in mind. And time left accordingly. Suppose today you are at the age of 35, so there are 25 years left for your retirement, approximately 25. Suppose you are at the age of 42, only 18 years are left. So that you have to take into consideration. What is my today's age when I am likely to retire, and how much period is left with me to do the retirement planning? This is the most important point you have to consider. So more the period left, is better the thing. So try retirement planning as early as possible. As you start earning from the first month, once you start earning from the first month, think of retirement and save whatever is possible. So initially you may not be in position to save bigger amount, but start whatever you. It will inculcate habit, and that habit will help you to accumulate good corpus over a long period. Just estimation of monthly requirement at the beginning and impact of inflation thereafter. This is a very important thing. Suppose today you are age of 35 and you need 50,000 rupees for your monthly household expenses, which includes your grocery, light bill, mobile bill, then laundry expenses, petrol expenses, some other sundry expenses. And so these are your household expenses. I have not taken into consider school fees or education expenses or hospitalization expenses. I have just taken your basic monthly requirement, and suppose that amount is 50,000. By the time you retire, at the time of beginning of 60, if you need the same amount, today's value, you have to estimate what will be today's value of 50,000. Suppose you are today's age is 35. After 25 years, what will be the value of rupees today 50,000 after 25 years? Please keep in mind, rupee becomes 50 paisa after every 10 years. After every 10 years, what it means? My 50,000 after 10 years will become 1 lakh, after 20 years will become 2 lakh, and say, so my requirement at the beginning of my 60 year will be something around 2,25,000. But please keep in mind, once you retire, inflation is not going to stop. So you have to consider the impact of inflation. So that 2,25,000 in the beginning is also going to increase. At the age of your 80, that amount will be something around 4.5 lakh or 4 lakh. So these things you have to keep in mind, and considering this aspect, you have to estimate or realize how much money I should have at the end of 60. So I will show you some calculations. You will understand it. These are very easy calculations. Excel, likely retirement cost out of superannuation. Then what you have to think? You are, if you are working per serving person, you will have certain money by provident fund, then gratuity, then leave encashment, and your own saving. So you have to calculate. So your provident amount will go on increasing because your contribution will go on increasing with increasing your salary, and also due to interest. Similarly, you can estimate how much gratuity you will get, and also you can estimate how much leave encashment. That amount and your requirement corpus, you have to find out the gap. Suppose you need 5 crore at the age of 60, and your accumulated amount due to provident fund gratuity comes to rupees 3 crore. The gap is 2 crore. You have to bridge this gap in next 25 years. Today you are of 35 years. So secondly, most important thing, you have to understand, you have to say, imagine, or you have to decide some life expectancy. How much year I'm likely to survive after retirement? See, there is no concrete answer to it, but for the sake of convenience, assuming that you are going to survive 20 years, so your life expectancy is 80 years. That doesn't mean you will die before 80, or that doesn't mean you will die on 80. So anything is possible in life. Death is certain, death is not certain. But for the sake of convenience, you have to assume certain things, and this you can assume on the basis of your family history. If your father was living more than 75, 80, your mother was living, your uncle or your maternal uncle. From that, you can assume that I also can live. And considering your current health, that also you have to take into consideration. If you are a healthy person, not having any diabetes or any other disease, or you had not any some other illness, so you can expect you can live 80, 85 years. Required corpus, considering monthly requirement and life expectancy. Now, as I told you, you have to find out the gap, the required corpus and accumulated corpus. Required investment, you have to calculate how much I need to invest today. And while investing, what should be the option for the investment? Whether I should invest in equity, whether I should invest in debt, whether I should invest in gold, whether I should invest in real estate. What option is suitable, that also you have to decide today. Because sometimes if you invest in real estate, it's good investment for long-term point of view. There are two things: real estate prices increase, at the same time it may generate income by way of rent. That is also one of the options. There are various options. You have to decide which option is suitable to you based on your risk-taking ability, and you have to understand each option considering its risk, return, and liquidity. These three major things you have to take into consideration before selecting the option. The average return on investment during the accumulation period. See, this will give you an idea, because more the return, less the amount to be invested. Less the return, more the amount. But the risk and return go hand in hand. More the risk, more the return. Less the risk, less the return. Suppose you are selecting, if you are selecting debt option, you can expect only 7 to 8% return. But you select the equity option, your return can be in the range of 12 to 14%. So 12 to 14% and 7 to 8%. This is 50% change, and almost your investment amount gets double if you are going for the debt. So, but there is a risk. So that is why I am saying, ideally, you should make a combination, good combination of debt and equity, and you have to take into consideration how much inflation is likely during the period of my retirement, during the period of my service, and also after my retirement. One should take 6% as average inflation. If you look at Indian economy, we have seen the inflation between 4 to 7%. You can say 5.5 to 6% average inflation will remain there. And considering this 5.5 to 6% return, you have to accumulate the corpus for your retirement planning. Now, I will give an example. So what I explained you earlier, I will give an example. How to calculate a required corpus for the retirement. Suppose Mr. Patel at the age of 30 needs monthly rupees 75,000. He is likely to retire at the age of 60 and expected to live at the age of 80. What I assume? Their assumption, his age is 30. He's going to retire at the age of 60 and his current monthly expenses are 75,000 and his retirement, he will going to survive till the age of 80. Now, his current investment, this also I given you, in PPF, 5 lakh rupees, SIP mutual fund, 10,000 rupees per month. He is investing 10,000 rupees. He is going to continue this till the retirement. For another 30 years, he is going to invest 10,000 rupees per month in equity and 50,000 rupees in NPS and 50,000 rupees in PPF. If he is investing this much amount, considering his GPF balance and further addition that is applicable, he is likely to receive 3 crore. This is assumption. I have no actual figures. So he is going to get 3 crore as a GPF. He is going to get 75 lakh as a gratuity and 25 lakh as a living cash. So he is going to get something around 4 crore at the time of retirement. Funds received out of PPF and out of SIP will be used for the kid education and marriage, such a requirement. Please keep in mind, even if he is investing in PPF and SIP, these funds will be required for the kids' education and marriages. Now, funds received from NPS, GPF and gratuity will be used for the retirement corpus. So you must have clear idea on it. I'm investing money in SIP, in PPF or my other need, such as my kids' education, my kids' marriages, or some other requirement. I want to make margin for house purchase. I want to make margin for purchasing new car. So that amount you are not using for the retirement. You are using for retirement NPS, GPF, gratuity. So now look at this. Assuming he will need 20% less after retirement. So, and there will be 5% inflation. So today's monthly expenses are 75,000. 25% means he will need 60,000 at the age of after 60 for the first month. But the value of 60,000 at the age of his 60, that is after 30 years, will be approximately 2,60,000. Required corpus, assuming that he will need 2,60,000 for the first month, and this amount will increase every year with the 5% inflation. He will need the corpus of rupees 6 crore approximately. 6 crore corpus is required. Now look at the situation. He needs 6 crore. He has got 4 crore from GPF, from gratuity, and from leave encashment. So there is a gap of 2 crore. Now assuming NPS corpus of 75 lakhs, 5 साल में उनका corpus 75 lakh हो गया. So 2.7 minus 2.75, your gap still remains 1,25,000. Now you have to understand, you need to bridge this gap of rupees 1.25 crore, and you have got 30 years, that is 360 months in your hands. To bridge this gap, if you invest additional 3,500 approximately per month in equity SIP, you can accumulate this quarter. Here I assume that equity SIP will give 12% return per annum. If you select bank FD or bank recurring or postal recurring, this amount will become something around 5,000 and not 3,500. So This will depend at what rate you are investing and you are getting return. So as far as looking at the equity long term carries less risk. Short term it has got risk, but in a 30-year period is quite long period. So I recommend to invest in equity instrument, either direct equity or through mutual fund SIP, equity SIP. This will give you return in the range of, I have taken lower, but normally you look at Indian stock market since 1979, that is since Bombay Stock Exchange BSE started. It was 1917, it was rupees 100. Today it is around 70. So the return given by the Bombay Stock Exchange for any given period of 5 years is around 15%. But I have taken this return at lower level. Just it is always assume lower level. So your required corpus will definitely around. Now, where you should invest in retirement option. See, you have to plan retirement in the beginning itself. So where you should invest. So there are a number of options for investing in retirement corpus. See, the pre-retirement option, first and the best one is NPS. NPS stands for National Pension Scheme. I am sure most of you might be aware of this NPS. This is one of the best option because it has also given, it started in 2004. If you look at every week's Economic Times, you will find that wealth management, you will find the return given by equity investment in NPS is between 10 to 11%. This is a reasonably good return and comparatively less risky than the direct equity because there is no 100% equity. So from that perspective, NPS, at the end, I will give details about NPS also. Then insurance annuity plans. Insurance annuity plan, this is also good option, but I will recommend go for NPS than insurance annuity plan because for insurance annuity plan, there are allotment charges are quite high and investment options are much better in case of NPS and tax benefit investment because that 80cc D1B benefit is only for the NPS, not for annuity plans. From that perspective, one should think of NPS. Now PPF, NSC, RBI bond, these are also investment options. But I will say PPF is a most safe investment. It is a zero risk investment. And the one more benefit is that it doesn't, interest doesn't carry any tax. But at the same time, interest is very poor, 7.1 or 7.2% return. So I will say don't put much amount in a PPF. Just put, suppose you are investing 1,000 rupees in a month per month for retirement planning, just put 100 rupees, 10% in PPF, and remaining I will recommend you to put 70% in NPS and remaining 20% in mutual fund. Or there you can make 50-50, 50% in NPS and 50% in equity SIP. That will give good result. Shares and which I told you, post-retirement option that we'll see at this juncture. We should not think about more about, but post-retirement also we have to think where I should invest. During the post-retirement, that after retirement, it is very critical where you should invest because thereafter you are not going to receive any money. Whatever accumulated money, you have to invest very wisely, very wisely. So you have to go for debt fund, hybrid fund, SWP. So this investment option up to 4, I have given you pre-retirement, and from 1 to post-retirement, you can invest in monthly income bank, post office deposit, debt or hybrid mutual fund, or SWP, or annuities from the insurance. These are the options for post-retirement. But the pre-retirement, you should think of NPS, you could think of shares and mutual fund, and you should give little thrust on PPF, but don't go for insurance plan for retirement planning. Don't get good return. You won't get good return. Now, other aspects of retirement planning. So just if time permits, 1 second. I want to share one. I want to share one. For the timing, I want to share one Excel sheet. Okay, will do. Hello? Can you listen me? Can you hear me? Bendu, can you hear me? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, audible, sir.
I'm going to share one Excel sheet to
Yes,
students will have idea how they can calculate retirement corpus.
Yes,
So
you can share. You can share.
First, I will stop sharing the earlier one.
Yes.
Okay. Then I will share one Excel sheet. Can you see the? Can you see the Excel sheet?
Yes,
Can you see the Excel? Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now I will give you example. The example which I have given you. Look. See
Yes,
what
sir,
I
yes,
told.
yes.
Mr. Patel is having monthly income. Now I will show this on all this calculation on Excel sheet. I have told you in the example, Mr. Patel is having monthly expense, family household expenses 75,000. I will write it here so you will come to know. Mr. Patel. Expenses rupees 75,000. Household monthly expenses. Then his age, current age is 30 years. Current age is 30 years. Then retirement age. Retirement age 60 years. 60 years. Time to retire 30 years. Another 30 years. Now I assume inflation. Average inflation 5%. 5%. Then his life expectancy. $80 years. So now you have to calculate how much money he should have at the age of 60. That is when he is going to retire. Based on that, now one more thing, there are assumptions. Assumption क्या है? He's a healthy person. Healthy person. Secondly, second assumption, he's prepared to take moderate risk. He's prepared to take moderate risk, so he's not risk averse. Now we will see how to calculate retirement cost. As I told you, he needs 75,000 rupees per month, and normally we say, after retirement, your 20% expenses get reduced. So assuming that his retirement after at the age of 60, his beginning expenses. $61. We are say will be less than 20% than the present, so it will be equal to 70. It will be 60,000. He will need 60,000 rupees very first month. But please keep in mind this amount is going to increase at the rate of 5%. So I have to calculate how much money he will need at the age of 60 so that the accumulated money will be sufficient for him to survive for next 20 years. That it is. Now we have assumed 5% and he is a moderate risk taking person. The moderate this means I'm assuming after retirement he will be investing in say post in bank, some in debt fund, some in mutual fund, and he can have around 9% return from his investment. Bank and post will give you 7%, mutual fund will give you 9 to 10%. So we say for the sake of safety, he will have 8% return after retirement. Now he is having how much inflation? 5% and return 8%. So net return will be 3% per annum. 3% per annum. So 60,000 per month. So I will calculate what should be the PV, what should be the present value. Rate, he is going to get it 3% divided by, I am dividing by 12 because monthly whatever. N पर कितना होगा 240 months because from 60 to 80 period is now PMT उसको पहले हमको sorry 1 minute I have to calculate value of 60,000 after 1 minute. First I will calculate value of 60,000 after ₹30,000 after rupees 6,000 after 30 year will be equal to assume 5%. So it will be FV at the rate of 5% inflation N per 30 years. PMT कुछ नहीं है PV minus 60,000. It will be something around 2,60,000. I am taking it 2,60,000 round up. Now we'll calculate the required corpus. Equal to required corpus PV equal to rate 3% divided by 12 in per 240 PMT. This 2,60,000. Type 1 every month I will need. That amount comes to 1 second. There is 1 second. Somebody has ring. Just hold. Something went wrong. Just I will correct it. Don't worry. This amount comes to around 4.7 crore. This amount comes to approximately 4.7 CR. I hope you understood this. You understood this calculation. Hello? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, yes, audible.
Have these people have understood the calculation, how you calculated required corpus?
Yeah.
This much corpus will be required at the age of 60. So you have to calculate the required corpus. These are all Excel formulas. कुछ नहीं इसमें. So with these formulas you can calculate the required corpus. So now again I will go to this. I will come out of this presentation and I will stop share now. Again, I will share our earlier PPT. Can you see the PPT again now? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So what you have seen, this example I have given you. So based on that example, you can calculate. Now that one has to keep in mind which investment option you are selecting for the investment. Based on that, your retirement corpus will also depend upon what inflation you are taking, what amount at the beginning of retirement you are taking, and once you calculate the corpus, if you want to bridge the gap, you'll have to decide which option I should select for the investment. Based on that, amount will investment will depend. If you are going for the risk, more risk like capital market, mutual fund, SIP, you will need to invest little less amount compared to if you invest only in the bank or post or some other debt instrument, you will have to invest more amount. So based on that, you have to decide, because every individual has got different risk appetite. So you decide how much risk you can afford to take and then take the investment decision. But start investing right now, because as I told you, अब जितना जल्दी शुरू करेंगे उतना it will be better for you. I have told you the investment options, NPS. No, another thing for the retirement planning, what you have to do, retirement planning not only related to your financial corpus, there are some other thing that also you have to plan for retirement. The most important planning in your retirement planning is a estate planning. Estate planning needs to be done not at the age of 60, but once you start taking investment decision. This is the most important part of your retirement planning, because whatever asset you accumulate or you create, so long as you are there, nothing to worry. But in your absence, how your assets should be distributed, that can be decided when you are alive. Then you have to do for that estate planning. The estate planning can be done by doing proper nomination and making will. See, nomination, there are lots of debate going on today. See, why it is necessary, the nomination or will. See, whether you retire or not, in the beginning I told you, death is certain, death is not certain. So you don't know when you are going to die. Somebody can die during the working or years also. So during that time, if you have proper will or you are having proper nomination, your survivor will get sufficient money, and for them, there won't be a financial issue immediately after death. See, the problem will be there, but immediate problem will not be there. So you have to do the proper estate planning. This is also a part of retirement planning, but most prominently, it is a part of post-retirement planning, nomination, will, trust or gift. Secondly, after retirement, you should have proper health insurance, because during the working years, most of the cases, you are having health insurance cover by your employer. But once you retire, except in case of defense, there is no health insurance cover once you retire. So you must have proper health, and many times new cover you will not get after 60, but your cover will get continued till 75, 50 if you are already having insurance cover. So you should have the insurance cover. It's a part of your retirement planning, because after 60, many insurance company will not accept your policy. But if you are already having cover, they will continue your policy. For that purpose, you should have a proper health insurance in the young age also. So these are the most important part. Now I am coming to the most important tool for the retirement planning, or where you should invest. This is the most important tool where you should invest. That is NPS. Here you can invest from the age of 18 till the age of 70. Even see, any Indian, resident Indian can open this account, and between the age group of 18 to 70, this is the most important option, the most suitable option for your retirement planning. I will explain this option in detail. Now, see, once you open this account, you have to invest minimum 1,000 rupees in a year, but there is no maximum limit. In a year, that doesn't mean, suppose in a particular year, in the year 24, 25, or you are invested 23, 24, you invested 5,000. Next year, you can invest 50,000, you can invest 1,000, or you can invest 1 lakh even. So whatever possible, you can invest during the year, and there is no restriction on number of times. In case of PPF, you can only invest 12 times in a year, and maximum 1,50,000. Here it is not like that. You can invest a number of times during the year. During the day, during one day also, you can invest 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. Nowadays, you can invest online also. So you can open this account online, you can open this account offline. Both options are there. You can open this account online, you can invest online, you can open this account offline, but still you can invest online. So these are the facilities in this account. There is no upper limit for the investment. Please keep in mind. Having flexibility to select. The most important thing, when you are opening this account, there are two options. One is tier 1 and tier 2. Many people don't have the idea what is this tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 1 account, the corpus accumulated in the account tier 1 will be used for the pension. This will be transferred to your retirement fund. Tier 2 account is just like your saving bank account. You can withdraw money, you can deposit money whenever you want. But this account will not give you a pension, but you can transfer fund from tier 2 to tier 1. Vice versa is not possible. You cannot transfer fund from tier 1 to tier 2. Secondly, tier 1 account is a mandatory. Tier 2 is optional. It is not necessary you should open tier 2 account. So this is one thing. There are two options. There are two types of account, tier 1 and tier 2. So tier 1 is mandatory and tier 2 is optional. Secondly, there are two options for the investment. One is auto, other is active. Active means you can decide how much I want to equity in debt and in government securities. In case of auto, it is not like that. It is decided as per your investment risk appetite. For example, you are moderate, or you are conservative, or you are aggressive. There are three types of investors. One is conservative, moderate, and aggressive. So aggressive can invest up to 75% in equity. Moderate can invest up to 50% in equity, and conservative up to 25% in equity. These categories are there. But if you are going for the active option, you can decide how much you can invest up to 75% and all throughout your life. That is not the case with auto mode. So those are having idea about capital market, I will recommend. They are having knowledge about the capital market. they should go for the active option. They can select active option. Accordingly, the investment and they can get more return. As I told you, if you look at the wealth supplement along with economic every Monday, you will find return given by this equity investment is between 10 to 12%. No other option, that is debt and equity. Debt gives something around debt and government security. Corporate debt gives you about 8 to 9%. Government securities gives you 7 to 8%. So if you really want to create the wealth, I will recommend, if you want to create good retirement corpus, go for the equity, or otherwise, if you are not having idea, go for the auto, but select active. But select active. Even if you select active and you are age of 30, from the up to the age of your 35, they will invest aggressive 75% in equity, 15% in bond, corporate bond, and 10% in government security. But after the age of 35, they will reduce 2% from equity, 1% from corporate debt, and they will transfer to the government security. At the age of 80, even if you are aggressive, your 20% will be equity, then 80% will be 10% will be the government equity, 10% will be the government security. Sorry, 80% in government security and 10% corporate debt. This all information will be available on NPS site. If time permits, I will see that presentation separately. If time permits, let me finish this first. So go for, if you are confident about your investment knowledge, go for active option. Otherwise, go for the auto and select aggressive. Don't go for moderate and conservative. Provides investment option suitable to your risk taking ability. So what I will do now, I will go for the, if time permits, just I have got one PPT about NPS. I will show that NPS PPT. Give me 1 minute. Give me a few minutes. I will just find out that PPT. Can you see the next new PPT? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this PPT is on NPS, so I will make it large. This National Pension Scheme is a social security initiative by central government. The pension program is open to employees from public, private, and even organized unorganized sector. Scheme encourages people to invest in pension account at a regular interval during the course of their employment. After retirement, the subscriber can take out certain percentage of corpus. As an NPS account holder, you will receive the remaining amount as monthly pension for your retirement. Earlier, NPS scheme was covered only for the central government employees. However, now PFRD has made it open for all Indian citizens on voluntary basis. NPS is good scheme for anyone who wants to plan their retirement early and how with a low risk payment. A regular pension in your retirement year will no doubt be boon. Systematic investment like this can make massive difference to your post-retirement. In fact, salaried people who want to make most of the ETC reduction can also consider this scheme. Features and benefits. A portion of NPS goes to the equities that may not offer guaranteed return. However, it offers return that are much higher than the traditional tax saving like PPF NSC. The scheme has been in effect over a decade and has so far given 8 to 10% annualized return. That 8% return you can see in moderate, 10 to 12% in aggressive. NPS also have allowed option to change your fund manager if you are not happy with the purpose of the fund. Risk assessment. Currently, there is a cap of 75 to 50% on equity exposure for NPS. For government employees, this cap is 50%, and for others, it is 75%. However, for investor at the age of 60 and above, the cap is fixed. And after 60 years, you cannot invest more than 50% because sometimes what happens, you are working even after 60, so you don't need pension. So you can continue this scheme till the age of 70 or till the age of 65. At that time, you cannot invest 75% equity. You have to invest only up to 50%. Now, active option. In active option, look at this active option. Up to 50%, maximum 75% in equity. From 51 onward, so at the age of 60, it will be 50% in equity. If you are selecting active option, as I told you, there are three options. Active option. Then look at this. This is aggressive. Active option. There are aggressive. Aggressive means up to 35 year, age of 35 year, asset class, equity will be 75%, corporate debt will be 10%, and government security will be 15%. Now, from the age of 35, if you open the account at the age of 25, till next 10 years, your investment will be 75% in equity, 10% in corporate debt, and 15% in government securities. But from the age of 36, 4% will be reduced from equity, 1% from corporate debt, and it will be added to government securities. Likewise, at the age of 55, equity exposure will be 10%, corporate debt 10%, and government security will be 50%. This is for this was for aggressive. Now look at the moderate. In moderate, 50% for the equity, 30% for the corporate debt, and 20% for the government securities. From the age of 36, 22% will reduce, 1% reduce, and will add it to the government security. At the age of 55, 10% in equity, 10% in corporate debt, and 80% in government security. Now look at the conservative. In conservative, 25% in equity, 45% in corporate debt, and then 30% in government security. But from age of 36, again this is reduction, and at the age of 55, 5% in equity, 5% in corporate debt, and 90% in government security. So this is how the allocation is done. This is how the, but if you are doing aggressive, आप कुछ aggressive करना चाहते हो, these are active plans. These are active. So auto and active plan, aggressive, sorry, this is auto option. Let me, this aggressive auto, you have got three options. When you select while investment, there are two options, auto and active. So this is active. Then in aggressive, you have to do like this. So you will choose your one, and you can invest accordingly. You will inform NPS, I want to go for active mode or I want to go for aggressive mode. You can change this also whenever you want. So now Look at the tax benefit. There is a deduction up to 1.5 lakh under section 80cc D1, like it is in case of PPF or PF or NSC, or in case of home loan principal deduction, or in case of insurance premium. But if you don't have home loan and you are having investment in NPS, up to rupees 1.5 lakh total together will come under 80cc 1. But you have completed 1.5 lakh. So your home loan installment itself is 1 lakh rupees per year principal, and you are having EPF contribution 50,000. So you have already completed 1,50,000. So if you invest additional 50,000, so you whatever amount you invest up to rupees 50,000, it will be included in 80C D1B. So in that case, what will happen? You will have benefit of 2 lakhs rupees, 1.5 lakh from your PM and your home loan, and you have invested 1 lakh in NPS. Out of that 1 lakh, 50,000 will be added to your 1.5 plus 50. So, but if I invested only 30,000 in NPS, it will become 1.5 plus 30. So that benefit of 50,000, maximum 50,000 or actual contribution, whichever is less in NPS. So this is the benefit you can have in case of. Now another benefit, withdrawal after 60. So after 60, you can withdraw up to 40%. Now there is a change. This amount has now brought to 60%. Earlier it was 40%. Now it has brought to 60%. You can withdraw 60% from your retirement corpus. So for your corpus is 3 crore. You can withdraw 1.80 crore. And this withdrawal is tax free. This withdrawal of 1.80 crore is tax free, and remaining 1.20 crore you will get pension till you are alive or till your spouse is alive. So this is how you have to look at this early withdrawal and exit rule. A pension scheme, it is important for you continue investing up to the age of 65. Up to 65 to invest compulsory. However, if you have been investing for at least 3 years, you can withdraw 25% certain purposes. So during the working life, you start open the account of NPS at the age of 30, and at the age of 35, you need certain amount for some reason, for purchasing house or for pay the school fees of your kids or for medical treatment. So you can withdraw 25% of your amount accumulated corpus. So every year you are paying 1 lakh rupee investing in NPS, and during period of 5 years you have invested 5 lakhs rupees, and amount has become say 6.5 lakh or 6 lakhs rupees. You can withdraw 25% of 6 lakh. So that much amount you can withdraw 25% of 6 lakh, means you can withdraw 1.5 lakh. This type of withdrawal is allowed 3 times during the lifetime till you are having NPS account, 3 times, and the gap between 2 withdrawal has to be 5 years. This gap, suppose you withdraw in the year 2024, you cannot immediately withdraw in the 2028. You have to wait till 2025, January 2025. You can withdraw. So the gap has to be 5 years, and maximum you can withdraw 3 times during the lifetime. So you cannot withdraw n number of times. You can withdraw only 3 times, and with the gap of 5 years. And this can be withdrawn. Amount can be withdrawn only for the 3 purposes. The first purpose is for your own education, your spouse education, or for your kids' education. Second, for purchasing house for the first time. And third, for medical treatment, for your self-medical treatment, for your spouse medical treatment, or for your kids or parents medical treatment, if they are financially dependent on you. Otherwise not. If your kids are earning, you cannot withdraw for their education or for their health issue. If they are, you same is for parents. If your parents are financially dependent on you, then only you can withdraw for their treatment. So These are the rules for treatment. Equity allocator rule. NPS invest different scheme. 50% of it goes to equity. There are two options: auto and active choice. I told you auto and active. Auto choice decide the risk profiles of investment as per your age. For installment, for instance, if you are older, more stable and less risk management. The active choice allows you to decide scheme and split your investment. I told you, if you are conversant with capital market, you are having idea about the capital market, better you should invest in active choice. Otherwise, go for the auto choice. Option to change scheme and fund manager. There are different fund manager. The fund houses are HDFC pension fund manager, SBI fund manager, pension fund manager, then UTI pension fund manager, Nippon fund manager. All mutual fund, the number of mutual fund, they are also having pension fund. So you can select your fund manager of your choice, and you can track the performance of fund. You can change the fund manager whenever you want. There are very negligible charges. Then while opening the account, you can open the account online or offline. Only thing, while opening the account, you have to invest minimum 500 rupees. So you have to open, and thereafter you have to invest whenever you invest in NPS. If you are in active account, you have to invest. Tier 1, you have to invest minimum 500, and tier 2, minimum 250 rupees. Now, I will recommend you can open this account online also. Go to NSDL or go to Karvi site, and you will find NPS. Click on NPS. Once you click on NPS, click on eNPS. Keep your PAN card and Aadhaar card with you. Download that form, fill the form, fill the form. All the KYC current, like you upload your PAN and Aadhaar, upload your mobile number, upload your bank details. You will get one OTP on our bank, your mobile. Submit that OTP, and you are ready to open the account. Transfer rupees 500. Your account will be open. Then you will get account number. You will get PRAN number, that is permanent retirement account number. And over a period of within 7-8 days, you will get PRAN card on your address, which you have submitted on the form. So this is how you can open the account. Now types of account I told you. This is tier 1. This is optional. This is mandatory. This is optional. Withdrawal not permitted initially, permitted any day. Withdrawal permitted only after completion of 3 years. Then tax exemption up to 2 lakh. It is 1.5 lakh for government employees, subject to they are keeping that amount for a period of 3 years. Then minimum 500, and at one time, and minimum 1,000 in a year. Here minimum you have to invest 2,500. Maximum no limit. Here also maximum no limit. So I told you how to open this account. So I think I have explained you about the retirement planning, about the NPS. So I have come to end of my presentation. So I now request if you have got any queries, you can ask me the queries. Because of my sore throat, I am sorry, something might not be clear to you, but you can ask your queries on my phone number, or you can mail me. You can, instead of calling me, you can WhatsApp me or mail me. I will answer your queries. Thank you very much. But in between, you can have queries. You can ask me the queries also.
Yes, many questions have come, sir, in the
Yeah.
question answer
So
box.
I will go to chat box.
Yeah, in the question answer box, yes.
I'm opening it. Just I'm opening it.
Okay, sir.
No, but no, in the question box there are no. 1 minute, still opening. I don't find the questions. Sorry, because of my sore throat, I could not give justice to this station.
Sir, I can read the questions.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, NPS versus EPF, which may give better returns in the long run?
NPS versus EPS.
EPF,
EPF.
EPF, EPF.
NPS will give better return. NPS will give better return if you go for the aggressive or active aggressive, or you go for active. And it's a bit flexible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what age you started investing, and is there any deviation you faced so far?
So ideally, you should start investing once you start earning. There is no age. You can start even if you are a student and you are having you are in position to save some money from your pocket money. You can save. You can save as early as possible. There is no age. Don't delay it. That much I can say.
What was 3% in the corpus calculation?
Then I couldn't get the question.
What was 3% in the corpus calculation?
What was?
3%. 3%.
I couldn't get the question. What was? I couldn't get.
In the corpus calculation.
Yeah.
So in the presentation,
Yeah.
I think some percentage has been mentioned. He's asking that. What was 3% in the corpus calculation? Okay, so we will share the presentation.
No.
So
What
then-
I'm saying,
Hmm.
there are two things. In corpus calculation, I have taken the return at the rate of 12%, assuming he is investing in equity. Secondly, I have taken the percentage of inflation 5%. And T, that I have taken. T means you want to say about tax. I couldn't get the question actually.
Okay.
Can you write the question on the chat box? I'm not getting the question actually.
You're not getting the question, no?
Yeah. What is the query? Or you can put on my WhatsApp the question.
So I wrote it in the chat box. It's visible in the chat box?
What was 3%? 3%, I will tell you. It was effective rate because you are getting 8% return after retirement and you are having 5% inflation. So your net return is only 3%. That is 3%. Are you getting my point?
Okay. Only 3%.
Have you understood it? Because after retirement, you are investing in various investment, say bank, post, mutual fund, and average return is 8%. There you are not taking a high risk. 8% return, 5% in inflation. So your net return is 3%. That I have taken. Yeah. I hope it is clear
Yeah.
now.
Yes. So I also posted another question in the chat box.
I feel that no, I again post it. I'm not.
Yeah, I posted
can't
it. I
read.
posted it.
Where you have posted it?
In the chat box. I feel that the retirement need not be for those in service.
No, 1 minute. I can't see it in chat box.
In the chat box, it's not visible, sir?
This is chat box here with me.
Indrakshi, you can read the question.
Yes.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute. This is your question. I feel that retirement need not be.
Yes.
Correct. I feel that retirement need not be for those in service, but even for those in. Yes, correct. It is for everybody because everybody has to retire. Whether you are in service or in practice. You are practicing CA, practicing cost accountant, practicing company secretary, practicing lawyer. Everybody has to retire one day or other. In that context, it's not wise to go for signing on this period. Thus, the session will invest. Shall I read the full question?
No, I'm reading it. You just answer it, sir.
Yeah.
I feel that the retirement need not be for those in service, but even for those in practice. In the context of skepticism and the risk associated with assurance function, it is not wise to go on signing till last breath. Thus, this session evinced interest in me beyond the CPR. Need some tips as to what is the right age of retirement from practice and what are the precautions? This is the
Yes, I
question.
got this question. Yes, I appreciated the content. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Sure, sir.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I don't.
Okay.
So actually, what he said, tip condition like salary earning. 1 minute. First, I will need some tips. What is the right age of retirement? See, right age of retirement, there is no right age. So long as you are in practice and you are in position to continue the practice and you keep yourself updated, practice is going to continue. You are physically and mentally fit and you are remaining updated with your requirement for the what you need for the practice. I think there is no retirement age for the business, those who are in business. Retirement age for the people, those who are in service. I hope that you now the next question. And what are the precautions? Retirement and precaution. See, you decide your retirement age and calculate your retirement corpus and start accumulating that corpus from today. Don't wait till the retirement. Abhi kuch zarurat nahi hai. I will look at the age of 50. No, start today. It will solve your problem. The next question.
Yes, so as saving now with the dream
No.
of enjoying after, is it worthful? Average life expectancy is just 70 years, only for 10 years. We have to save out of 30 years of job. But now condition is like the salary earning is hand to mouth type.
See, whatever salary you have got, it is always hand to mouth. Person having 5 lakh salary, he is also short of money. Person having 50,000 salary, he is also short of money. You have to decide your priorities. You decide your priorities depending upon your income. And you have to save. See, if you save today, if you save money today, money will save tomorrow. Tomorrow. You got my point. If you save today, money will save you tomorrow. See, I want to enjoy life. Yes, you should enjoy the life today, but that doesn't mean you should not take care of tomorrow. If you just enjoy today, and if you don't have money tomorrow, don't depend on your kids. Don't depend on your kids. Don't be assured that they will take care of you because they have got their own priorities. For your, and again, I'm telling you, if you are having money at old age, everybody will love you. But if you don't have money, don't be sure that people will love you. Because see, though money is not everything in the life, but without money, there is nothing in the life. I hope you will agree with me. Though money is not everything, but without money is nothing. That also you have to keep in mind. How to invest in mutual fund and how much risky it is. You can invest in mutual fund in number of ways. When you can invest online, you can invest offline, you can invest in a regular mode, you can invest in direct mode. I hope you know what is regular mode, what is direct mode. But you can invest in small sum like SIP, you can invest in lump sum, you can invest through STP. Now he is asking you, is it risky? See, mutual fund, आपने mutual fund का ad देखा है? Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. This statutory warning is just like a warning on cigarette packet. What is the cigarette packet warning? Smoking is injurious to health. That doesn't mean people are not smoking. People are smoking even after reading that warning. Similarly, if you read that warning, it doesn't mean you are not supposed to. You should invest in invest. But I will tell you, instead of investing in direct equity, if you go through mutual fund, you are more diversified. Secondly, you have got 3 options. You can invest in debt, you can invest in hybrid, and you can invest in equity. Within hybrid, you can change the percent of debt and equity. Mutual fund gives you opportunity to invest as per risk taking your ability, your risk taking appetite. If I am comfortable with 70% risk, I will invest 70% equity. 90% I will 90%, 50% I can invest 50%. I have got balance fund. I've got debt fund, I've got equity fund. So for a layman, mutual fund is the best way to invest. That much I can say. Somewhere, what was the question?
So
Sir,
level of risk.
level of what you take for long term. See, I will give one simple. For long term investment, you take the risk. See, you have to, when you are thinking of investment, you have to think which money I need next month, next 1 year, next 6 months. That is your short term requirement. Don't invest that money in mutual fund or in shares, but you invest that money in liquid mutual fund or in bank saving account or in short term fund. But money which you need after 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, I call it long term requirement. Long term, you should invest in equity and in NPS. The period, any period more than 5 years, I treat long term. Between 1 to 5 years, it is a medium term. You invest in debt fund, you invest in bonds, you invest in bank FD or you invest in debenture. But anything requirement, suppose your kid today is 3-year-old and after 15 years, you need education fund. Don't invest in bank FD or in post, invest in equity or invest in equity mutual fund. You will get 14-15% return. Bank will give you 7% return. This much risk appetite, you should increase you should increase your equity exposure till you are young. But with growing age, I'll give you one thumb rule. Your equity exposure should be 100 minus your age. What it means? At the age of 30, invest 70% equity, 30% in debt. Go on increasing debt with the increasing age. At the age of 50, make it 50-50. So that also will save you if you don't want to understand all nitty-gritty of risk management. This simple thumb rule you can follow. There is one more question. If my corpus is 60 lakhs at the time of retirement, what will be the monthly pension after? See, normally they purchase the annuities. They give 6 to 7% return. 60 lakhs if you invest in annuities. So 6 to 7% will 4,20,000. So 4,20,000 divided by 12, you will get something around 35 to 60, 35 to 36,000 per month. But that amount 35 to 60,000, which is not today's value. I hope it is clear to you. You will get 36,000 rupees, the daily value. This is not today's value. Today's value is hardly 5,000, which is not sufficient to you. You have to calculate the daily value of a requirement. Like we have calculated, 60,000 today will be 2,60,000 after 30 years. So you have to calculate that value. In scheme SBI pension fund, UTI retirement solution pension fund. See, all are equally good and equally bad. It is just like selecting Jio or Airtel or what idea. Hardly any difference. They are almost on the same platform. No, this is 100% no. Somebody is saying, can we invest? This is not an investment, this is speculation. Future option is not an investment, it is a speculation. Yes, my WhatsApp number is already with Divyendhu. You can get it from you. Any other question? If you want, I can share here my WhatsApp number.
Yes, sir. You can share it. We can post it in the question answer box.
Yes. Yeah, I have
And
shared
also
it.
your mail ID you can share, sir. We will post it in the question answer.
I have shared it.
Okay.
I think you got it. I have shared it. This is my WhatsApp number. Any other query? Sorry, because of my throat, my voice delivery is not that good. Extremely sorry. I can't help.
So I think we have completed this question answer part for the time being.
In between any question, I have no issue.
Yeah,
Awesome.
can. We have also shared the WhatsApp number as well, and
Today is Vivekananda Jayanti, and your participants are most of them are quite young. But today is a Yuva Day. They call it. Am I right? Youngster Day. We are celebrating. So I wish the best all of them. They should have good career in there, whatever they are selected. Never invest in future option. 10% people earn, 90% lose money. That much I can tell you. If you are among that 10%, you are lucky, but you will not be always 10%. Sometimes you will win the 10%, most of you will win the 90%. On very few occasions, you will win 10%, major time you will win 90%.
so I think so. We are done with. I'm not. We are done with this question answer part.
Yeah,
Okay. One question has come.
yeah.
Can you please share future value calculation working of expenses?
Because see, go to Excel. There is Excel formulas. So I want to calculate future value equal to FV. I will give bracket. Automatically I will get interest rate, N per V number of months, year. Then whether it is PMT, आपको दिखा है, just I will show it if somebody wants to share it. I will share that. Shall I share the Excel sheet again?
Yes.
Okay. 1 minute. I will share it 1 minute. Can you see it now? Hello.
Yes.
Can you see the Excel sheet?
Yes, but share it, sir.
Yeah, I will say. See, आपको FV निकालना है. Put it like this. I will give an example. I want to know if I am investing 20,000 rupees per month and I am investing for next 5 years, how much amount I will get? So per month. Per month. 10,000 return. Period. 60 months. I'm investing for 60 months. And return I'm getting 12%. I must know how much value I should get, future value. So I will calculate future. Look at this. I will calculate this. Equal to FV. Now it's asking me rate. Rate is 12%. It is per annum. But I'm putting money monthly. So I will divide by 12. Now I'm putting money for 60 months. So I'm putting N per 60. How much money I'm putting per month? I'm putting 10,000. Money is going away from me. So I put minus. Now there is time. If I'm putting money every first, then I will put 1. If other than 1, I will put 0. I will show the difference. First I will put 1. And then I will complete the bracket. See, this much amount, forget about dollar sign, I will get 8,60,694. If I put 10,000 rupees per month for next 60 months, and on the very first day of the month, I will get 8,60,000. But now look at this. If I put on any day, it is not first. I will put time 0. Amount will be slightly reduced. 18,16,696. I hope you understood the formula. Have you understood the formula?
Yes, yes.
Any other formula you want to know? These formulas ready on Excel. Anybody can do it. So I have calculated future only during our calculation. This is how I can calculate. Similarly, I told you, you want to bridge the gap of 3 crore. आपके पास प्रोविडेंट फंड का ग्रेचुइटी का 4 करोड़ मिल रहा है, आपको चाहिए 7 करोड़ कॉर्पस के लिए, तो देयर इज अ गैप ऑफ 3 करोड़. आपके पास और 30 साल है. How much I should invest today? That I will give you. How to bridge the gap? Look at this. I want 3 crore. Bridge the gap. So I would find out PMT. हर मंथ मुझे कितना इन्वेस्ट करना है. Rate again I am taking 12% divided by 12. Now मेरे पास 30 साल है, इसका मतलब 306 मंथ्स है. मुझे कितना पीवी 0 है, मुझे फ्यूचर वैल्यू चाहिए 3 करोड़. और मैं हर महीना पैसा 1 साल के 1 महीने के. I need to invest 8,500 rupees. If I invest 8,500 rupees per month for next 30 years, I will accumulate 3 crore rupees. Assuming that I am going for equity. If I go for bank investment, my rate will be 7%. Now look at the amount. This amount will become 24,000 and not 8,000. This is the beauty of equity. If I am putting in equity 30 years, मेरा 18,500 में काम होने वाला है. If I am putting in bank, मुझे हर महीना 25,000 रखना पड़ेगा. I hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt to anybody? So take the risk at a young age. Invest in equity. Expect 12%, 13% return. See, I will give normally markets gives 14 to 15%. If this return goes to 14%, amount will be further less. Look at this. Only पहले 8 आ रहा था, अभी खाली 5,300 आ गए. Which was earlier 8,500. Now it is only 5,400 only. And market gives 14 to 15% return. So go to equity market, take risk, and long-term equity doesn't carry risk. Long-term equity doesn't carry risk. I hope the concept is clear.
Yes, sir.
Excel calculations are understood by.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody asking, would you invest in gold? Take care of inflation. See, gold is hedge against inflation. So gold will take care of inflation, but it will not create corpus. I will give an example. Look at the current index. It is around 70,000. Am I right? Current index कितना है? BSE सेंसेक्स कितना है? 70,000 है. Around. थोड़ा कम ज्यादा होगा. Am I right? What is gold value? Gold कितना है 10 ग्राम का वैसे? Can you tell me? Nearly 65,000. I'll give you an example. NSE started, so Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex started in 1979. That time index was ₹100. अगर किसी ने 1979 में 100 रुपए इंडेक्स में लगा हुए थे, आज की वैल्यू इसकी 70,000 है. 100 की. लेकिन वो टाइम गोल्ड की वैल्यू 1000 थी. अगर किसी ने 100 रुपए गोल्ड में लगा होते तो उसकी वैल्यू कितनी होती है आज? 1 ग्राम की वैल्यू आज 7,000 है या 7,300 है. 100 ग्राम 100 रुपए के इंडेक्स की वैल्यू 73 है. सो इस 1 ग्राम गोल्ड की वैल्यू 7,000 है. बैंक में लगा होते तो उसकी कीमत खाली 5,000 होती. और ये 40, 44, 45 ईयर में मार्केट कितने दफा ऊपर गए नीचे गए, बट एवरेज रेट उसमें 15% ही है. दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू लुक इट. गोल्ड में इन्वेस्ट करना ज्यादा मत करो. Gold should, there should be, don't invest more than 10 to 15% in gold. It is hedge against inflation. I hope it is clear to you.
Mhm. Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So we have completed this question answer part, sir. So I would now request CMA Dibyendu Roy, sir, Additional Director and HOD of the BFSI Board, for the vote of thanks. Please.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you, Indrakshi. I thank profusely Sri Vinayak Kulkarni, CFP, for being the faculty for today's first webinar on the Retirement Solution Month. I also thank CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay, Chairman BFSIB, and other members of the BFSI board for their continuous support. I also thank CMA Ashwinji Dalwadi, President ICMAI, and CMA PV Nayak, Vice President ICMA, for their guidance and support. I also thank all of our BFSI team members, CEP department, IT department, for enabling this scheduling of this webinar. Our second webinar is scheduled on 17th January 2024, titled Retirement and Eventual Reality, in association with PFRDA, where Dr. Deepak Mohanty, Chairperson PFRDA, will be the chief guest. We will also have Sri Pankaj Matwal, who is the founder and managing partner of Optima Money Managers Limited, and CMA Somit Das, Chief Mentor, Financial Goal Achievers, as the other speakers. We hope to have a nice session that day. Thank you all. Good evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And
sir.
again, sorry for my voice quality to the throat, because of throat. I couldn't help.